Thank you. Yuma, Galgalinga Selina Walker, Darawununa Darawununawu. Hello, my name is Selina Walker and this is Ngunnawal Country. I want to first start by acknowledging my elders, the Ngunnawal elders, and pay respect to my elders past, present and future. Also want to acknowledge the recent passing of my grandmother, Auntie Agnes Shea, who was the most senior Ngunnawal elder here. She was a little old black woman, but she did get around, so I'm sure many of you crossed paths. If you did, you're one of the lucky ones. I would also like to acknowledge any other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people that are with us here this morning. Welcome my brothers, sisters, aunts and uncles, and of course extend that to all of our non-Indigenous friends that have joined us. Welcome. The Ngunnawal community are the traditional custodians of Canberra and the region. You may not be aware that the Ngunnawal nation is made up of several family groups and not just individuals who represent this country. Therefore, as a community, we have an elected body known as the United Ngunnawal Elders Council to represent us, along with the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander elected body of the ACT. This is important for you to understand and acknowledge, for our identity is a collective identity. There are other Indigenous and non-Indigenous people from around the nation, the country and the world who have come to live on Ngunnawal land. I would like to acknowledge and welcome you all. The tradition of welcoming people to country is a practice that was handed down by our ancestors, old people and elders from the beginning of time. Before entering another person's country, you would first announce your arrival and not enter until the traditional owner formally welcomed you. The reason for this practice was to protect your spirit whilst in another person's country and also to show respect for the country which you're entering. It's wonderful to see this practice is now recognised and respected, because it's not like entering into someone's home unless you're first invited. The Ngunnawal people, as within all Aboriginal people, have a great heritage that we would like to share with all Australians from every walk of life. As you are aware, Canberra means meeting place, and Canberra has been a place of gathering for many Aboriginal tribes of Australia to come together to deal with important business and also for ceremonial purposes. Our Ngunnawal ancestors believe in the importance of people gathering to build relationships, share knowledge and to celebrate the gift of heritage and history. We believe it's important for all to recognise our unique history and to gain understanding that our land is our heritage and how loss of the lands has disconnected so many Aboriginal people from their spiritual links, cultural heritage and identity. Reconciliation is not just a word, it is an action, and it's a human rights movement. As an Aboriginal person in this country, I've only been counted as a human being for 58 years. Let me repeat this while this sinks in. I, as a beautiful black woman in Australia, have only been counted as a human being for 58 years. I'm only 44. We are very young in our reconciliation journey here in Australia, but we're on the right path. By incorporating proper cultural protocols like welcome to country, smoking ceremonies, didgeridoo playing, etc., we are on the road to true reconciliation. It does still hurt me, though, that my dad was born a tree, that my grandmother was a mother in this country before she was a human being. So I ask you all to take a moment, think about how old you are, how old your elders are, and how old your children are, and what you're doing to contribute to that reconciliation human rights movement. The referendum that happened a few years ago was another huge milestone in our reconciliation journey. Not the result that we wanted, but it did bring a lot of truth-telling. Helped us to identify where we have to focus our efforts and what states need the most amount of help. I'm so proud to be a Canberran. I'm proud of my fellow Canberrans for the yes vote here in the ACT. Still a lot of work to be done, but it's a demonstration that the work that my grandmother and many other elders in this community have done towards reconciliation can influence that change that we all want. Remembering that that vote was not a vote for me to be Aboriginal, was not a vote for me to be a traditional owner, it was a vote to edit a document, and that's what Australia said no to. So we'll recalibrate, we'll reassess, we'll find another way forward to continue to fight for First Nations justice that's going to work for all Australians. I stand on the shoulders of giants, and I want to honour those giants. It is a shared history, so there has to be shared accountability. If we continue to live in shame here in Australia, we are never going to progress forward. I don't want my boys to be standing up here in 20, 30 years' time, fighting and advocating for the same things that I am today, that my grandmother's done for the past 60 years, my ancestors for the past 200 years. That change happens with us. So I encourage you all to continue to have those conversations, have those awkward discussions where learning and understanding, which is what true reconciliation actually is, lies. It lies in a simple yarn. The thing about cancer is that it does not discriminate. And it affects my communities and mob just as much as it affects yours. We need to do more in this space. We are losing people daily and more has to be done. So it's wonderful to see that forums like this can actually bring people together to be able to elevate that voice to the government bodies that actually need to be funding proper research and more to do with this space, particularly support. My grandmother, for those that don't know, actually passed away from cancer. Not a rare cancer, but still cancer. And so this is something that's actually quite personal for me. So thank you very much for the organisers for inviting me here to the Welcome to Country. I wouldn't do my mob justice if I didn't impart some critical thinking. So for all the people in the room, everyone's been to McDonald's drive-through, yes? Yeah? If you're shaking your head, you're a liar because everyone's been to a McDonald's drive-through. When you go to McDonald's drive-through, you're presented with 2 lanes, right? 2 options. Still the same outcome. You still get your Big Mac, your hash brown, coffee, whatever it may be, yeah? Just 2 different lanes to get there. Different, but not less. In all the work that you do moving forward, I want you to think of one of those lanes as the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander way of doing things and the other lane as the non-Indigenous way. Still the same outcome, just a different lane to get there. Be critical of yourself. Are you trying to force those people in that other McDonald's drive-through lane to jump into your lane, or do you need to jump into theirs? Because you just might learn something. Different, but not less. Still the same outcome. Every single person here today came here in a different way, completely different route. Does that mean that the way that you came is the right way and the way that I came is the wrong way? No. Different, but not less. Sometimes if you change your route, you can actually shave some time off your travel or learn something different or see something different. So this is the way that we need to continue working for the outcomes for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So thank you very much. And in the spirit of reconciliation on behalf of the Ngunnawal people, Yumalandi Yununga Yarabuyangu, which means you may leave footprints on our land now, or in other words, welcome to country. When we speak of footprints, we don't talk about our physical footprint. We talk of the work that we do today for the people to follow tomorrow. The footprint of this campaign and this organisation is going to be huge for the future. So thank you very much, and just remember that when you walk on the land of the Ngunnawal people, or anywhere in Australia, you're walking on the blood of our ancestors. So please tread lightly and treat it with respect. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the event.